Welcome back, Leadheads, to episode 120-pew of the 122 for the layman. We are back in action. Survived the IV-888 torrential downpour range day, and I've got two of the attendees joining me today. I've got Andrew with Kalashnikov USA and Casey, the three-gunner, Griggs. Guys, welcome in.
Howdy.
What's up?
What up? So we've got quite a tale to tell, I guess, from our past weekend experience. But before that, I want to thank Wes Doss with Kyber Interactive Associates. Wes joined us last week, so you guys check his website out at Kyber Interactive and Associates and check out his Light, Sights, and Lasers tour coming to a city near you. Also want to announce that we have a new sponsor for the show, and it's the guys over at Dipstick Coatings. Danny Bronson. He's been supplying me with the hydro dip projects that you're going to hear me talk about. And the last one I did was and I brought this to the shoot, and you guys got to see it, was I'm calling it the Alpha Fet, my little AR pistol that I built. And I use they call it the Alpha Tango, which is, what is that, ATAX knockoff kind of deal? Camo?
Yeah.
And I'm getting ready to do Pepper's AR build that I'm doing for her, and it's going to be a surprise dip. So stay tuned for pictures of her little project that I've got going on. I've got a couple of other little hydro dip projects I'm going to be doing too, so I'll post those as they become available. But let's get into, I know everybody wants to hear how the IV-888 range day shoot went. Probably seen on the internet, social media sites, it was almost a bust. The rains came in and looked like a tornado on Sunday. I didn't get to see the aftermath, but Andrew did.
It was pretty ugly.
It pretty much tore all the tents and tables and everything down, didn't it?
Yeah, everything was wrecked.
Yes, we got out of there on Saturday, so we didn't have an opportunity to come back on Sunday because we figured everybody would have been bolting by then.
Yeah, I think by midday, everybody was making plans to bug out because that rain was just relentless. But we did get about, 2 hours, would you say, there in the beginning of pretty decent weather?
Oh, yeah, at least.
Yeah.
We had a couple hours where it wasn't pouring, it was just spitting a little bit.
Yeah. So that was a good time because that's kind of when everybody was loosening up and walking around and checking out all the vendors that were there. And some of the vendors didn't show up, but the majority of them still showed up, and there were a lot that were signed up. Kalashnikov made it, obviously.
Yes, we did.
Troy was there.
Yes, very.
Troy Industries. Steve Troy, the owner of Troy, and his assistant Julie, and is it Tom? Is that the other guy's name?
Tom Griffin.
Tom, yeah. And then Casey was there representing Troy. And there was a whole slew of other. The guys from Kel-Tec were there. Keybar, Chris USA was there. Zeke with SDI and Garrett Bischoff was there with SDI. Fight Soap, Bond with Fight Soap was there. The guys with, or not the guys, but the gal with Savoy Leather, not to be pronounced Savoy.
Savoy Leather.
Savoy Leather was there. I don't know. There was quite a few.
Geisley Triggers.
Geisley, did they show up?
Show up?
Yeah, they were right next to me the whole time. They were there on Sunday too.
Okay.
Cleaning up.
Either I was blind or I just didn't see them there.
They were literally right next to me.
What did they have out there to shoot?
They had all kinds of AR suppressors. They had an AK with their new AK trigger in it.
That's odd because doesn't the Troy Conqueror rifle have the Geisley trigger in it?
I believe every Troy rifle has a Geisley trigger because even their defense rifle has an SSA trigger in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's odd. I didn't see Steve going over there and talking to him much.
I didn't either. That's why I was kind of miffed.
Okay. Well, shoot. I just assumed they weren't there.
Hey, Marty, your gun case was literally half laying on their table.
That's right. There were people over there.
Yeah, that was them.
That was them. Okay. Shoot.
Maybe it was because we didn't see any familiar faces like Bill Geisley.
Yeah, well, it was too young. It was like a young guy and a young girl.
Yeah.
Over there from the factory.
Well, see, I would expect to see some of their three gunners or Bill Geisley himself.
Not just two people from the factory.
I guess they didn't want to.
Weather report and canceled.
Exactly. Yeah, they didn't want to brave the weather. The AR 500 guys were there. Taylor was there. Got to say hey to him. My boys at 1776 United were there representing with the shirts. Go check them out, 1776united.com. They've got some new designs out. One that they gave me that I really like, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but it says "Die Terrorist Scum."
Yeah.
I've been wearing that like every day. Love that T-shirt. So I know you were representing Kalashnikov. How did it go for you during the shoot? I know you got a lot of traffic. I think your booth probably got more traffic than anybody from what I was seeing.
Yeah, I had a lot of people that were interested in. The AK guy came by and shot some video, and he's already put a little snippet video up. I think he's going to do a more in-depth video, but he wanted to get something up quick. Had Hickok 45 came by and shot the new rifles. FPS Russia came by and shot the new rifle. Had a lot of guys come by and just, and it was raining so hard, a lot of people didn't shoot, but at least came by and just asked about it and checked it out and saw it. And it was the first time that the media had ever seen the new U.S. rifles, so it was cool.
Casey got to shoot it. Such Double Alt got to shoot it. He came by. He was there. There was a whole slew of people. I've got some video that I'm piecing together right now. I'm going to do a little montage of the shoot with the Kalashnikovs. And then Andrew and I are going to get together, and we're going to do some individual, not necessarily reviews, but what would you call it, of each introduction of each individual rifle.
Yeah, just kind of go out, squeeze some rounds off, check them out, just talk about the different models that we have available, and just kind of check them out and show the features.
Yeah, we'll feature them. That's what we're going to do. We're going to feature them.
And good excuse to put some lead down range.
Yeah, I love that.
Yep.
So Casey, what did you think about it?
I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it's the first time I ever seen one. So, like I said, I've never been to a shoot like that. I think it was pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to doing it again next year.
Yeah, and hopefully we will have better weather. The last two that I've been to, the weather has been just extraordinary. Last year, I think I about sweated my ass off. It was so hot. This year we caught was it a tsunami or something down on the coast that we just caught the edge of, and it just kind of hammered our ass.
Got us.
Joaquin?
Yeah, Tropical Storm Joaquin.
Hey, I don't even care if it's hot. As long as you're getting to shoot, who cares?
Yeah. Well, there were some die-hard people. I mean, when the rains were coming, talking about torrential downpours, and Andrew's got a clip of some of it on his phone. These guys were still out there just die-hard plinging. You could hear the lead just plinging the steel targets.
That's what was funny, because I think he was having more fun than anybody. I think we kind of devoured a good portion of the ammo ourselves, I think.
Well, no, that's what we were there for, so. Did you get to walk around much, Andrew, and check anything out, shoot anything different?
I did. The Geisley folks were set up next to me, and they have a drop-in AK trigger that they come out with, and I got to squeeze a few rounds off with that. Excellent product. I think it retails for like $49 too.
No way. A drop-in AK trigger.
From Geisley, and the retail is $49. And it's shot great. I'm going to get a couple of them and drop them in some of my rifles.
Cool. Hey, did you know that Troy makes a rail system for an AK now?
I did not know that. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah, they came out with that last SHOT Show.
Matter of fact, I've got one out there in the garage.
Oh, you do? You got one?
Got one here with me that he could see if I could get it on the camera good enough.
Yeah. Well, they've got it on their website. You can pull them up. It's based on the Alpha rail. It's got those little round holes in it. Mm-hmm. So you can put the squid grips in there.
Cool.
What about you, Casey? Did you get a chance to walk around much, or did you pretty much hang around the Troy booth?
Yeah, I got to walk around a little bit. I went over and talked to the guys from Tactical Walls. They were there. I really like their stuff. I mean, that stuff is like...
Me too. They're cool.
Dude, you see my clock that I got back there? I got it kind of... Yeah, so they sent me one of their clocks, and I haven't hung it up yet, but I did paint the minute and hour hand in glow in the dark.
That's cool.
So I just got to find a place to put it in the house, but thanks to Chris over at Tactical Walls for sending me that. That's a very cool little clock.
I got to call them, as a matter of fact, talk with those guys, and like I said, they want AR 500 armor. I talked with those guys too. They're really cool. Yeah,
Tyler, I was talking about him earlier. Tyler came by. We're going to be doing some stuff with him in the future, so you guys stay tuned for more with AR 500. But back to Tactical Walls, they had a little competition set up.
Yes.
Where they were giving away some of their cool products, and what it was is they had like a little window set up to the right, and then to the left it was like a wall, like you were in your house, and I can't remember the name of the product, but it was a mirrored.
Yeah, it's their new mirror. Yeah.
Yeah, the mirror cabinet, and you had to slide the mirror open, and inside you had your AR and you had your pistol. Was it a Smith & Wesson? Is the pistol?
I think it was MP, yeah.
Okay, so it was MP.
It was a 6 Sauer.
Oh, it was a SIG.
Was it a SIG?
I had two. I had a 6 Sauer when I shot.
Okay, they may have switched it out. Who knows?
I think they did because I was shooting a Smith & Wesson. So what you had to do was 2 rounds in each. You had to squeeze off 2 rounds in each. You grabbed the AR and everything you had to load. They had the magazine sitting on the windowsill, so you had to grab your AR, you had to load it, chamber it, and then squeeze off 2 rounds, drop it, and then you had to reach and get the pistol, which was secured with Velcro, which was cool. And then you ripped it off, and then you had to load it, and then squeeze off 2 rounds with that. And whoever had the fastest time won. I think you won that mirror cabinet is what you won, and then there was some other stuff that they were giving away.
I think when I shot it, Chris Chang, I think, was first. I forgot who got second. I was .8 in third.
You had .8. I had .9.
So
I shot a .9. How many times did you do it?
I only did it twice. I probably could have done it again, but the second time I fumbled the mag on the AR. So
I had freaking James Yeager heckling me while I was doing mine. So he's like, I'm gonna pull your certificate. You suck. I'm pulling your certificate. It's like I got a .9. I think somebody had a .6 at one point. Was that Chris?
I don't know. Well, somebody blazed it. I don't know who it was. I just know that Chris Chang, I think, was in first.
Okay. Well, he had to have been really blazing it because the guy that had the .6 was just like greased lightning, man. It was nuts. So there was that. There was, of course, there were explosions galore.
Lots of explosions.
Lots of explosions. There was a little cannon that Eric was shooting, and I've got some video of that too that I'll be posting. But that was pretty cool. He shot it at the car and was just demolishing that car that was out there with that cannon. Silencer Co. was there, but they didn't bring their new integrally suppressed 9mm, the Maxim 9. Is that what it is, or the Maxim 6? I think it's the Maxim 9. Yeah, so I was disappointed that they didn't bring that out. That would have been cool. And I wanted to talk to Chris Chang about it because he actually got to shoot it. He went out to that little invitational thing only that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a chance to talk to him about it at all?
Yeah, the Maxim 9, Marty.
It's the Maxim 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
I didn't get a chance to talk to him about it at all, but we talked about several 3-gun things and everything else, and Bass Pro. And
Yeah, he's a great guy, man. I love Chris Chang. He's cool. I posted a video of him shooting. What was that full auto that was to the far left over there, Andrew, that they had set up on the
MG42?
Yeah, the MG42, Hitler's buzzsaw.
Yeah. That thing was badass, man.
You can tell when it was firing, too. It sounds just like a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
And they were shooting some kind of training round. What was that training round they were shooting, Andrew?
They were shooting one of those plastic 8mm training rounds.
Yeah, they were
cycle, but they don't go very far because they're actually plastic.
Yeah, they were blue plastic. Everybody's like, what are they shooting down there? I thought it was the simunition at first. But,
yeah, I didn't know what it was, so I walked down there and picked up one. It was like, oh, some plastic training rounds.
So I got a video of him that I posted on Facebook, and the look on his face after he got done shooting, he was like he wanted more ammo. You know, that look like when you run out of ammo, you're just like disappointed.
Yeah.
He had that disappointing look on his face. He's like, give me another belt. Come on. That was a good time too. And then down to the right, Keltec was set up down there, and they brought they were set up with Aculus. Joe Moe had brought the suppressors that he custom made for the damn it, Oshie. Hold on, I gotta let him out. He's gonna bark.
Well,
Dogs.
Yep. Had to get right in the middle of it. Had to put his 2 cents in.
Oh yeah.
All right, so Joe had brought the suppressors for the KSG, and they had those set up and was running a full-size KSG, and then he had a shortened version of the KSG. Did you guys see those?
I did not. I didn't make it down there when he was still there. He left early, so.
Okay. Yeah, so that was cool. I didn't get any video of that. My brother was there doing my video for me, and he had taken a break. I guess he got drenched, and he had to go to the car and take a break, and So I lost my cameraman for a good portion of the only opportunity we had really to do videos. So I didn't get as many videos as I'd like, but we still got some good footage, and just the personal experience was fun. I think it forced us more to actually talk and interact more, so people got to know each other a little bit better, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whereas in the past, I mean, people are just out on the range constantly, and all the noise and everything, you don't really have an opportunity to talk and do much. But they did do something a little different this year, as they were, and I know everybody didn't get an opportunity to do it because of the rain, but they were having demos with the sponsors in between sessions, and I think Troy was the only one that actually got an opportunity to do it. Yeah,
and it kind of turned out to be a bust. It would have been awesome if the rain hadn't drenched the explosives.
Yeah. Oh, I know. So talk everybody through what we had set up for that, Casey.
Well, they had you on the 308, right?
Yep.
Okay, they had you on the 308, which was suppressed also. They had, let's see, what was Steve shooting? I don't remember what he shot.
He was shooting the M7A4, right? Isn't that what it was?
I think so.
The M7A4, which they haven't released yet, and we can't talk much about it, but it's a little submachine gun.
And, of course, I had the Conqueror rifle.
Yeah, you had the Conqueror.
And we were attempting to shoot what do they call those explosives? Tannerite?
Some kind of tannerite, yeah.
I think it was tannerite mixed with
binary explosives.
There you go. Binary explosives, yep.
So it was some of that stuff mixed with some like colored powder, I guess, between baby powder. I don't know, some food coloring in it. But anyway, it was set up to be red, white, and blue. Well, because of the rain, it didn't exactly go red, white, and blue. I think it went red, blue, white, possibly half white.
Well, what happened was, all right, so Steve was shooting the red, I was shooting the white, and then Casey was shooting the blue. So after the demo, Steve took the M4A7 or M7A4. I get it screwed. It's M7A4, and he shot his, and he was hitting it, but it wasn't exploding. And then it started sparking like a Roman candle. It was just kind of fizzing. And then I was like, all right, do I need to shoot now or what? And they're like, yeah, go ahead and shoot. I was like, okay, so this isn't tannerite. I thought I was expecting an explosion. So as I'm shooting mine, I hit it. It doesn't do anything. I hit it again. It doesn't do anything. I shoot it 5 times, and then it finally starts sparking. And then Casey goes to his. He shoots his, and as he's getting ready to shoot his, Steve's explodes with the red. Mine's still fizzing. Casey hits his, then the blue comes up, and then all mine does is just a sparkle light show. It was a dud. So I felt like a failure.
Yeah, Marty.
But I was nailing it. I even shot it after it started fizzing. I shot it 5 more times.
Yeah, I even shot it with a couple of extra rounds that I had in the Conqueror just to make sure it wasn't going to explode.
But yeah, so that was kind of a fail, I guess. And then after that demo, I guess did they do lunch then? That's kind of when they were doing lunch, and then the rains really started coming in.
Yeah, I came in bad after that.
And we really couldn't do anything. I couldn't film. I didn't want to jack up the camera, and I didn't. I was already soaked because when I laid down, I had to go prone to shoot that 308, and they put it right in a puddle that was covered with hay. And when I laid on that hay, I got soaked.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was
a wet. You were laying in was the same one I was laying in earlier, and it done perfect.
Oh, I know, because I shot it just minutes before that.
It don't take long for that rain to fill it up.
No, it don't. So I was wet the rest of the day, cold and miserable, but it was still a good time. I got to walk around and talk with everybody. I did a video with SDI and Zeke and Garrett Bischoff. I want to call him Eric. I think his dad's name's Eric. He's the wrestler. Garrett Bischoff, you guys familiar with him?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
I met him out there.
It's like WE or TNN wrestling. I don't know much about the wrestling stuff, but so I think he's retired from that and he's doing the SDI stuff full time now.
I just know the term DDT. I don't know.
You did what?
I just know the term DDT. I don't know.
DDT, what is that?
It's just a
wrestling, man. It's brutal.
Yeah, some type of wrestling slam, I guess, the DDT.
It's like put your head between the knees, lift them up, and goosh! Yeah,
yeah. I thought that was a pile driver.
I used to practice it on my little sisters when I was a kid.
I knew you were a damn bully.
Oh man, it's part of growing up in North Carolina. Is you got the 3 R's. You learn reading, writing, and wrestling.
And wrestling. Yeah, my brothers used to do that move on me all the time. Yeah, I was their mannequin, their practice mannequin, I guess.
You don't want to use the term dummy?
Well, yeah, dummy. So speaking of dummies, that brings us to our Jackwagon of the week. Good segue, Andrew.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the talking lead Jackwagon of the week, so brace yourself, baby.
All right, so we got a couple of Jackwagons this week, and we're going to let Andrew start us off with our first one.
All right, our first Jackwagon of the week is this. His name is Jorge Esguerra. I don't really know how to say his last name, but he's a professor at the University of Texas, Austin. And if y'all don't know this, the state of Texas passed a carry on campus and inside campus buildings in the state of Texas for all the state universities. And he has organized a boycott of university professors to refuse to teach in classrooms where firearms are present. And he put out this long, scathing email letter thing, and it's just completely filled with lies and BS and just, I mean, some of the stuff I think he just straight up made up facts and figures that are just completely ridiculous and ignorant. So did a little looking up on him, and of course, he was taught at the university in Illinois, Wisconsin, New York. So it's a typical example of a northern liberal professor preaching or spewing his stupidity all over the country, and it just makes you wonder, how much a college education is really worth when stupid people like this are the ones that are supposedly in charge of our higher education.
Well, no doubt, and I saw some of the stuff that he was citing, trying to use as his defense to further his cause there, and yeah, a lot of that is just he's just pulling that out of his ass.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no facts, no figures, no nothing for him to back up his ludicrous claims. So he's bringing his jackwagoness down here to the South now. So somebody needs to come out with something that debunks and shows that he's just flat out lying on this stuff and get him kicked out of that Texas. What school was it?
UT Austin.
UT Austin. I can't believe they even put up with that kind of crap down there.
Well, Austin's probably the only place they would even slightly put up with it. But, hey, if you refuse to teach in a classroom with a gun's present, you can just move on to another university. Maybe they'll have him back in Illinois.
Exactly. Or you just turn yourself into a victim like all these other people in these gun-free zones.
Yep.
Yeah. Because those are the ones that get picked on.
I haven't seen any mass shootings in gun-friendly zones yet.
Yeah, and I've not heard much more about the massacre that just happened in Oregon either. It seems like it's kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah, lost some steam a little bit.
Yeah, which is good. I don't know, what their purpose is in it, but the media is what fuels these people to go out and do these rampages, these massacres. They glorify them. They know they're going to get all this coverage if they go out and do it, all this exposure, all this so-called fame. And hopefully, Andrew and I were talking off air earlier. Hopefully, they're learning their lesson. Is that the less that they give coverage for the shooters and more for the victims. I guess that's probably the best way that they could cover those, if there is a good way to cover it. It's just
it needs to be concentrated on the victims, not on the shooters. The victims are who we need to know about.
Yeah, stop glorifying the shooter. That's just he doesn't need any glory at all. He just deserves where he's at.
Yeah.
In the grave.
They don't even deserve their name to be mentioned.
No.
I agree.
All right, so welcome to the Jackwagon train, you freaking liberal professor from where? Buffalo and New York, and now he's in Texas. So just keep him packing down there in Texas and send him on his way. Head him on out to Cali.
They'll love him there.
Yeah. All right, so I've got a jackwagon that was submitted by a new leadhead. We have a new listener to the show. His name is Brian Lefevre, and Brian sent in this jackwagon. There is a incident that happened at a Walmart, it's a Home Depot. And there was these people that were shoplifting, I guess, at this Home Depot. And as they were trying to make their getaway, there was a guy in a parking lot who had his carry permit. They call them CPLs. Let me see what state this is in. So this is in Auburn Hills, Michigan. Let me read the story right. All right, so a woman with a concealed weapons permit shot a person suspected of shoplifting in Auburn Hills. Police say a shoplifter was leaving Home Depot around 2 p.m. Tuesday as he walked out. The store's loss prevention employee tried to stop him. The shoplifter then got into a dark-colored SUV and began to flee. That sounds like a song. Says Lieutenant Jill McDonald of the Auburn Hills Police Department. Police say a customer in the parking lot witnessed the employee trying to stop the shoplifter and decided to intervene. The customer, who was a CPL holder, I guess that's what they call them in Michigan, then fired shots at the vehicle. McDonald says, we believe they blew out at least one of the tires on the vehicle. Police are looking for two suspects, the one who stole from inside the store and one who drove the getaway vehicle. I think that's crazy. What else are you going to shoot at? Wonders Jim Luxton, a Home Depot shopper. It's just crazy that someone is going to shoot at somebody, says shopper Ann Comfort. Police say the best thing that anyone can do, whether he or she is a CPL holder or not, is just be a good witness. So, and the story goes on, blah, blah, blah. You know, they're chastising this person, I guess it was a lady, for shooting at these people. Well, it sounds to me like she wasn't shooting at them, she was shooting at their tires just to get them to stop. But still, I mean, they're shoplifting, so there's really no cause for you to draw your weapon and discharge rounds out of it anyway. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I can see the double side of that, but, I mean, yeah, if they're not presenting any threat, like actual threat to you, I can see where that can get misconstrued into the law, especially.
Yeah, it was definitely a bad call on her part. I mean, unless they were trying to run over the guy, the loss prevention guy, or trying to run her over.
Right.
Really didn't have any legal legs to stand on pulling that gun and firing rounds at him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We don't know the whole story. So, I mean, all right, they're shoplifters. They're being pursued by the loss prevention guy. So, obviously, you know, the jig is up and they're panicking. So he's running out. He's getting in the car. The other guy's like, "Oh, come on!" So they could have been very in their getaway. What am I trying to say? Destructive? I don't know. Aggressive. Yeah, they could have been very aggressive. They might have been hitting other cars. They might have, people might have been having to dive out of the way. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not going to speculate.
There's actually a video. I found a video of it. Well, I guess of the news broadcast.
Oh, so there's not a live of it actually happening.
I don't know. I'm not watching the video while we're on the air, but I mean, it's a Chicago Tribune.
Yeah.
.com. It actually has it on there because I was trying to look it up and read it as you were going through it to see what they were saying on their half.
Yeah. So I actually watched the news coverage of it, the broadcast that they had on their local news. And the good thing about it was nobody was actually going after this lady, the concealed carry permit. They were concentrating on the criminals, the shoplifters.
Insurance, the more gaps you may find. Like how you think coverage for this.
Is that it?
Yeah, and I can't get it to stop.
Oh, but that was it? That was the...
Yeah, that was the commercial plan.
Okay, I got you.
9 seconds of a commercial.
Yeah. For God's sakes, I mean, if somebody's just shoplifting and they're not armed or not, putting anybody's life in danger or your own, just let them go. Let them take it. It's just material stuff. Let the police deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless they're trying to do bodily harm to somebody else or yourself.
Yeah. Without knowing the full story, she's on the Jackwagon train.
Yeah, that was not a great idea.
No. And that could have got a lot more bad press than it did, I guess. All right. Did you get your video under control there?
Oh, yeah. It's good now. Okay.
Good deal. All right. So, Andrew, you've got Knob Hill coming up. That's this coming weekend.
Knob Creek.
Or Knob Hill. So, Andrew, you've got Knob Creek coming up this weekend, and you're actually going to be taking part in a pistol competition. Is that right?
No, I don't shoot the pistol. I'm probably only going to be able to go down there and shoot shotgun this time.
Oh, shotgun.
Sunday. So I'm going to go down there and shoot the shotgun match on Sunday.
Okay. Is Sean going with you?
No, Sean's got stuck working, so he's not going to be able to go down with me. So I'm going to roll down there solo. I got a bunch of friends down there I'm going to meet up.
I got you.
And, shoot the shotgun match on Sunday, so I'm only going to go down on Sunday. But it's still a good time,
Okay.
It's a great gun show, too, that they got there.
How far out is Knob Creek? Like, coming from Tennessee, you think, Marty?
I live in Nashville. Takes me a couple hours.
Yeah, it's about 2.5 hours.
About 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
It's about the same as Rockcastle then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not too far.
Yeah.
And it's fun just to go out there and just watch all the machine guns. That main line has just crazy, crazy, crazy guns out there.
I'd like to go down there and try your shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the 3-gun model. I'm just going to take my standard T model down there and shoot it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
if I don't have anything going on Sunday and the boss will allow me, maybe I'll go with you.
Yeah, we'll load up the truck and ride up there.
Hell yeah.
What time are y'all leaving?
If I want to shoot that shotgun match, I have to leave early, probably like 6. I think we'd lose an hour.
Yeah,
It's Eastern time.
Is it?
definitely be
I
out.
think it is.
Let me look it up. Knob.
Make sure you put range, otherwise you just get the whiskey.
I put range in there, Knob Creek Range. Do they make the whiskey too, or is that another company?
No, another person.
I got you.
It's
So
actually
that-
in West Point, Kentucky.
Yeah, West Point, Kentucky here.
West Point.
Eastern. They're on Eastern. Yep.
Yeah, I thought so.
All right. Well, I should know something by tomorrow,
Cool.
so I'll let you know. That'd be cool. What are you doing Sunday, Casey?
I will be.
Yeah, 2.5 hours, Marty.
Okay. That's not too bad.
I'll be getting off work that morning.
Yeah, you'll be tired. Well, you could sleep the whole way.
Well, I won't be able. I won't get off till 7.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. All right. What else do we want to talk about? Let's talk. Do you talk any more about Knob Creek? Anything going on there? Are you just doing the shotgun? Is that it?
Yeah, it is what it is. It's just a cool gun show and watch all the machine guns get shot.
Is there anything special planned this year? Anything different out of the ordinary?
Same thing as always.
Are they still doing that TV show?
I have no idea. I don't have TV, so I never watched it.
I never have either. I just know that year we went up there with
Yeah, they wouldn't let you shoot because they're a TV show.
yeah. Actually, they did let us shoot.
Did they end up letting you do it?
We talked them into it. They let us do it. We didn't do any filming just because we didn't stay very long.
Yeah.
We just went and watched you guys do your competition and pretty much left after that.
Yeah.
But they were filming like some kind of wedding or something. I don't know what was going on. It was something odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good time.
Yeah, that's cool.
Casey, you got any competitions coming up?
I've got the Trigicon Challenge coming up.
It's up at Rock Castle.
Yes.
The Trigicon Challenge, and it's a little different than your normal 3-gun competition. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's definitely out of the norm for your regular 3-gun style match. You're going to have everything there from between revolvers, bolt actions, pump shotguns, semi-autos, anything. I mean, they're going to have everything there. The coolest part is the prize tables, though. I mean, I've been catching some like little small glimpse photos of all the stuffs on the prize table.
Uh-huh.
Dude, if I can finally walk away with a Trigicon VCOG, I think I'll just fall out on the floor.
Better prizes than the Brownells?
I know that Trigicon's going to throw a lot of their optics on the table.
Yeah.
Now, there's going to be some bigger names at this one, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. There's going to be
Did you say Jerry was going to be there?
I guarantee Jerry will be there. If he's not, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, and Zita's going to be there, Al Zita?
Yep, Al's going to be there. Now, I've also already heard that the USAMU is grounded from this one.
What's that?
They were not approved for this shoot.
Who's that?
The USA, the
Say
marksmanship unit, the Army marksmanship unit.
Oh, well, how come they're not allowed?
I command grounded them. That's all I know.
They party a little too hard?
No, it's just when they say grounding, it's just it's not necessarily budgetary or anything, but you just never know with the functions of the military where the reasoning for grounding that unit for the day.
Right.
You know, so it's not they didn't do anything. It's just the way the schedule falls.
I gotcha.
They got maybe prior commitments or something.
Yes, exactly. That's the best way to put it.
I know I'd met some of those guys at that last event. They were pretty cool guys.
I didn't even know any of the guys were they there at the Pro-Am?
Yeah, there was. I'm going through here looking for him right now. He sent me a message.
Tyler Payne?
No,
I know Daniel Horner wasn't there.
it was one of the military teams.
Might have been Marine Corps.
I think it might have been the Marines. I think you're right.
Because you would know if the gold jerseys were there.
Let's see.
See black and gold, everybody's going, really? We're not going to win anything.
Yeah, I think it was the Marines. I think that's what it was. Well, that'll be good. I'm going up there to that event also with you, so that'll be another good time. So I'm going to be spending some time in Kentucky here.
When is that?
Looks like it's the 26th.
26.
I'm sorry, is it 22nd to the 24th?
Oh, okay. 22nd through 24th.
We have to be there. The shooters have to be on there on the 21st. So.
Gotcha. Hey, do you know Jeremy Parker shoots a lot of 3-gun, Casey?
Say again, who?
You know a guy named Jeremy Parker? He used to shoot for Benelli.
Yeah, actually.
He's a buddy of mine. I'll be shooting with him at Knob Creek. He's one of the guys who runs that shotgun match.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Jeremy's a buddy of mine. He's pretty good with a shotgun.
The guy that I just absolutely love to watch with shotgun is Jerry.
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous.
I like to shoot fast with shotgun. I love to shoot fast with shotgun, but my hands aren't fat enough or big enough for quad loading, so I struggle with quad loads.
Oh, yeah, I can't do it either. I can only do 3 tops.
You either got to have really long fingers or a real narrow hand.
Yeah, I got short, fat hand.
Yep, there we go.
Yep, so that's why you want a Sega.
Yes. No, I just it's just practice. I can quad load decently fast, but not to my liking.
Yeah, not to that level.
Yeah, I guess some of those they just got you beat. Now I can dual load like it ain't nothing. I mean, I can do that just as fast because I found some pretty good ways. As long as you bring the shotgun down to your belt and load from your belt pretty closely, you can get it loaded quick. Not so much on the quad loads.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to our this week's Sonoran Desert Institute sponsored Fact to Fight the Myth.
SDI is proud to present the Talking Lead Fact to Fight the Myth.
And just so happens that Andrew has a interesting fact to fight the myth for us related to AKs.
Yeah, you know I'm an AK nut anyway, Marty.
Yes, sir.
So
trying to turn me into one.
It's pretty easy to do it.
I see myself going that direction pretty easily. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But my fact to fight the myth is about milled receivers and stamped receiver AKs.
Okay.
And I mean, is an endless stream of milled receivers are so much superior to stamped receivers, and they were originally designed to be milled, and blah 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 blah. There's so much stuff out on the internet that's just not correct. But just to fight the myth, the AK-47 was designed to be a stamped receiver rifle. That's how it was designed. At the time when the Russians put it into production, their welding and stamping technology in factories couldn't do it. They just physically couldn't manufacture them properly. They didn't have the technology to do it. So the first AKs were milled because they could mill them out of solid blocks of steel. It was later when they went through the German factories that they had liberated and borrowed that stamping technology from those German factories that they were able to bring their production up to where they could actually reliably manufacture stamped receiver AKs, and that's what they did ever since and have ever since. Crazy. And all Russian AKs are stamped. So that's just one of those myths. There's nothing out there that a milled receiver is more accurate. There's nothing out there that's more reliable, and it's just not true that they are technically better. Is there anything wrong with a milled receiver gun? Absolutely not. But they're not superior to a stamped gun, and they do weigh a lot more. So weight is a factor with AKs, and a milled receiver AK weighs a lot more. I personally own both, and I've never seen any accuracy, reliability, any difference between the two.
So durability doesn't come into play?
Nope.
Okay. So you get a lighter, you get a cheaper, and as far as everything else goes, it's still accurate, it's still durable.
As long as it's manufactured correctly, it is.
Right. So what's the process of a stamped receiver? What does it actually go through?
Okay, a stamped receiver is basically a flat piece of steel where the holes and everything are already cut into the steel, and then it's pressed and bent into a box shape. Then they rivet the rails, trunnions, all those type of pieces are riveted into that stamped receiver. Stamping's just faster, less expensive, and they got the Russians just borrowed it from the Germans. When you look at the German machine guns that they were making towards the end of the war, but it's just it's a simple, fast, less expensive way to manufacture a receiver. I mean, you look at our Macs, your Mac 11, your Mac 10s. Those are stamped machine guns. You look at the Grease gun, that's a stamped machine gun. There's a lot of guns out there that are manufactured on stamped receivers that don't have any issues.
Right. Now, is the Uzi, he said, is the Uzi stamped?
Uzi stamped.
Yes, the Uzi's stamped as well, yeah, absolutely.
I know a little bit of the history of it, but I couldn't remember if it was stamped or not.
Yeah, the Uzi's stamped.
Yeah. Casey and I were talking about this the other day, and are there any AKs out there that are stamped? Any manufacturers that stamp their AK receivers?
Yeah, most everybody does. Kalashnikov USA, they're stamped receivers. Palmetto's new gun
I'm
is a
sorry.
stamped receiver.
I'm sorry. I meant AR. I said AK. I meant AR.
ARs. No, you can make an AR receiver stamp.
I don't know if it's just the pressures or the standards of it. I mean, I don't know.
Well, the design of the AR-15, you couldn't stamp a receiver for that. It wouldn't work the way that the gun itself is designed. It's a cast receiver, and it's going to be a cast receiver. There's no way to make that stamp just in the way it's designed.
About the only way that I know that you can make one is if you did the piston design.
It'd be possible. You could make it look like an AR.
The receiver would still have to be milled, but where the piston was at, you could do probably a stamp around it.
Yeah, you could possibly stamp an upper. Yeah, that could happen.
Yeah.
But I don't know the types of pressures that it operates under. Who knows?
Yeah, being an impingement gun, it'd be different, but a piston, yeah, possibly.
Interesting.
SDI's 32 semester credit hour certificate program in gunsmithing and 60 credit hour Associate of Science in Firearms Technology degree program can work hand in hand and are the most complete training programs of their kind. SDI strives to give you the best quantity and quality of professional gunsmithing information and tools. These programs are perfect for students interested in careers in the firearms industry or for those who are interested in owning their own gunsmithing business. Our programs are delivered via distance learning, which allows our students to maintain full-time jobs, families, military service, and more while working towards their degree or certificate. The Sonoran Desert Institute mission is adding value to our students' lives by providing innovative, relevant, and applicable workplace-driven education through distance-delivered instructions. Visit them at sdi.edu.
Okay, so that was a good fact to fight the myth, and kind of playing into building up to our AK segment that we're working on having on this show. So thank you, Andrew, for that. We appreciate it.
No problem.
You guys are going to be excited to know that I do have a trivia question this week. So we're bringing trivia back this week, and it is going to be related to a video that I did with Casey Griggs, and it was at the 2015 Brownells Rock Castle 3-Gun Championship. I've got a lot more videos of that, and Casey, I'm sorry I hadn't put those up yet. I just hadn't had time to edit everything, but there will be more coming. But this one in particular is called Casey Griggs 2015 Brownells Rock Castle 3-Gun Championship. So go to our YouTube channel and watch this video, and I want you to tell us how many shots he fires during this stage. And do you remember that stage, Casey? You remember shooting that?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah. So kind of walk us through it.
In the beginning of the stage, they had I think it was 6 poppers, stand-up poppers in the beginning on steel. You had to start out on a skeet platform that they use just in skeet competitions.
Yeah. And
typically what I do is on a stage like that where I know I'm going to be shooting quite a bit, in TAC Ops you can start, I believe it's 8+1. That's 8 in the tube, 1 in the chamber. Typically what I do, if I know I got a lot of steel that I have to hit right off the bat, I'll take the shotgun and I'll load it up to the max. Doesn't matter. When you start, you can load it to the max, which is 12 in my chamber. So I can load it all the way out to 12 and just run and gun from there. That way you don't have to worry about loading as much.
Mm-hmm.
So went from there. You shot those 6, knocked them over, and then you just started hitting the little steel on the little arm, the little fall steel targets. So, and just kind of go from there all the way through the wood line.
Yeah, it was kind of cool the way they had it set up because you actually go into the woods and you had to really search for some of the targets that you were shooting at.
Yeah, I like those jungle run stages. I call them jungle runs.
Yeah.
I like those because it doesn't matter how many times you go through it, you're still going to lose one of those steels in your view from like a tree or something that maybe at the angle that you're running it at the moment.
You catch it at your peripheral as you're going to the next one. You're like, oh,
yeah, you got to stop and then back up and pick it a little bit. So, or just hope you catch it on the way through and grab it. You know it's there, but when you were practicing walking through it, you could see it. But when you're actually running and gunning, a little different.
Yeah. All right, guys. So go to that video, watch that, like it. Make sure you like it. I want to see the views get up on that. I want to see the likes get up on that. And tell us how many shots he fires during this stage. And the winner is going to get some cool swag that we brought back from the IV888 YouTube range day. And there was all kinds of cool stuff in there. I know there was some fight soap. There's some cool Kalashnikov hats. stickers. Savoy Leather had some keychains and just all kinds of different stuff. So you will get something from the grab bag from that event. So,
dude, I'd like to have one of the Kalashnikov hats.
Why didn't you grab one?
I was so focused in staying at my tent, with my team.
Well, I'll get you one, Casey. Don't worry about it. I might have a couple left over here.
There you go.
We have to get together and shoot.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Andrew, do you do any of the local competitions, three-gun competitions or anything? Do you get involved with those?
No, I don't. I honestly, I've stopped competing. I stopped competing years and years ago because when you work full time in the gun business, you just never have time to shoot anymore. The only thing I still shoot is subgun and shotgun at Knob Creek. Pretty much it. I used to shoot a little bit three-gun. I'm not good at it at all. I just like to shoot it. I used to shoot F-class when I was a teenager, and I'd like to get back into that again. I mean, I still have my rifle and stuff. It's a little dated at this point, but now that place in Chapel Hill opened up, they've got it way out there. I need to get back out there and get.
Well, I was gonna say let's all three go out one day and do some shooting. Whether we just arbitrarily join one of these, sign up for one of these local three-gun competitions, or we go out to the place out in Woodbury and shoot some.
Yeah, I've got a guy who's got a range at his house with a bunch of steel over towards Lebanon. Might be able to get it together and go out there and blast around for a while.
They say. Cool. Now, I don't know. No, there's a guy that I know that shoots three-gun that always goes up to Montgomery County Shooting Complex. Do y'all know where that's at?
No, I've never been there.
It's a state-owned facility, but they have it's massive for skeet shooting. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of steel targets now. They actually have a pistol or 3 pistol bays, I believe it's 3, set up to where one you can do a walk-through pistol shoot with steel, one you can stand and shoot steel, and I think there's another bay they have for that too. So
that's cool.
All right, so I know everybody's happy we got the trivia back, so I want to see a lot of participation with that, or you may not see another one, or it'll be a long time before you do. Want to let everybody know that this coming Tuesday, which will be October the 13th, I'll be at an event locally here in Murfreesboro at the Gold's Gym. They're celebrating their 6-year anniversary, and they've invited me to come out. I'm not going to be doing the show or anything. I'm just going to kind of be out there trying to get the guys from Mission 22 to come and set up. I know that all the recruiters, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, are going to be set up there. Just kind of a local thing featuring local businesses and whatnot. Trying to get Marcus Fox to come out, maybe do a couple of songs also. But if you're in the area, you want to come by, it's the Gold Gym. Come out to the Gold's Gym on Old Fort Parkway and say hey to Lefthand, and hopefully the guys from Mission 22 will be out there as well. And hopefully I have some good tales from Kentucky from the Knob Creek shoot to tell everybody for next week. And I'm going to have, and it's rare that I know who I'm going to have on the show the next week, but I'm going to have Danny Bronson from our new sponsor, Dipstick Coatings, and you can check them out at dip123.com. He's the one who supplied the materials, the film, and everything that I needed, the paint and the activator and all that good stuff you need for the Alpha FET and the one that I'm going to be doing for Pepper, which is going to be a surprise, but you guys, you'll get a kick out of what I'm going to do for her on hers. But so I want to thank Andrew with Kalashnikov USA and Casey Griggs, Talking Lead's 3-gunner, and Troy's 3-gunner for being on the show today. Appreciate you taking the time to be on, guys.
No problem. Thanks for having us, Marty.
What's Kalashnikov got coming up? Any kind of events or other than me and you doing some videos? I know we got that coming up.
No, I don't have anything specific coming up until SHOT Show that I know of. We're just getting keyed up. We got a new booth going up, so we got a lot of work going into that, and
cool.
So that's what we're gearing up for right now. And then I'll be all around the South, but
all right, very good.
I'd like to see one of those Troy rails for your Kalashnikov.
Yeah, man, send me one. I'll slap it on a rifle, play with it.
So, Casey, what do you got coming up?
The Trijicon Challenge.
Trijicon Challenge, and I'll be there covering that also. So that'll be awesome. And I know I'll be at SHOT Show. Leadheads know I'll be at SHOT Show, so I'll be getting some great footage of Kalashnikov's new booth. I bet it's going to rock.
It's been looking pretty good.
Okay, pretty good. Maybe not rock, maybe just pretty good.
No, it's going to rock.
Okay, all right.
I've never seen one like it. You know how they all kind of have a similar look and a similar theme, and
yeah,
it's definitely different. It'll be new.
Now, are they going to have booth babes?
I mean, yeah, I'll be there, Marty. What else do you need?
Well, the little fur bras and the boots, the little snow boots, and
I don't know if we're gonna have any of those. I'm sorry, Marty.
Okay.
I'll wear something sexy for you though.
All right. I gotta sell videos, man. So I gotta have something in there. Maybe a thong, but all right, Leadheads. So as always, keep your loved ones close
and your firearms closer.
Casey, you got anything to say to that?
Free dip dizzy whistle. I can't even remember what you want me to say.
You're fired. You're fired, dude.
Keep your Troy Conqueror rifle closer while you conquer your 3-gun dreams.
Bam. You nailed it.
Boom.
Started with a full grip. Then I added a flashlight. I cut down on my muzzle flip by adding a barrel comp last night. I've been accessorizing. Leaving things stock is boring. I just can't have enough slings or tactical bling. I've got the red and green lasers and the Weaver adapters, ambidextrous slide stop, a rubber grip to top it off. Can you hear the catching? I just bust scope and rings. Yeah, I'm the tactical king. My bipod is swiveling. Ha! Don't wanna have to choose between the A4 and the EOTech. I'll just buy both and mount them next to my new Magmo grip. I'm never satisfied. I can't leave well enough alone. I'm into hardware, but my software's running rather slow. I don't need fundamentals, just a gift card to Brownells. Yes, I'm starting to fear that it's becoming quite clear I'm addicted to gear. The chance that I'll stop is remote. I'm not trying to gloat. I'll paint my stuff with Duracoat, and that's all that she wrote.
The Tactical Song by Jordan Winkler, the artist formerly known as FX Hummel. You guys go check out his YouTube page for more hilarious songs, and he's got some cool tips and gear review also on his YouTube channel. So go check him out, and we're going to be playing more of Jordan's songs in the future. This is Lefthand, and I am out, Leadheads.